As most of you probably heard, John Madden passed away recently at the age of 85. Um, I usually try not to take the sad approach with stuff like this because he's lived a good life. 85 years is a long time. A lot of people try to make it to 21. 85 is a long time, and he's impacted a lot of people, including myself. Um, just from his joy of football and commentating and coaching, and honestly being one of the best coaches of all time in the NFL. Helped me be a nerd as far as football goes, and helped me and my dad have a pretty cool relationship with football because of him. I grew up listening to him and Pat Summerall commentate football all the time, and I loved it. It made me love football. So I'm going to go into some of the stuff that he started that got me into football.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's game. Let's take a look at the keys to today's game.
So Madden 64 was my very first video game I ever got. My dad got it for me when the Nintendo 64 came out, and honestly, I played this game nonstop. I mean, he got me this and Mario 64 same day, but I played the crap out of this game every day, all day. That's all I did was play this game. And I mean, I was horrible at it at first. I'd plug in both controllers and just play against myself, which of course I would always make the Steelers win like 100-0. But I remember when I got this game, I was like, I didn't know you could. At the time, I was like, I didn't know you could have a game look this good and play this good. I did play Madden before this. My cousin had a Super Nintendo, which I didn't have the game system until the Nintendo 64 came out. By the way, I'm 31, but I didn't have a game system until the Nintendo 64. So anytime I played a video game, it was at my cousin's house, and I remember us playing, Madden 94, something like that, and the ambulance coming out, knocking everybody over. I always thought it was hilarious. Another thing about this game too was the fact that you could take your defender, run all the way down the field into the goalpost, he'd fall down, or you run into the ref, and the ref would fall down. Just little things like that. I played this game nonstop all the time, and it made me love football. I had no clue what I was doing, but
Let's take another look at that.
A Sports.
It's in the game.
next up was Madden 99. It had a huge impact on when I started paying attention to actual plays and, who did what. I wasn't just watching it as, oh, there's this guy and he's running with the ball and he's, doing this, that, and the third. It was more so like, oh, this is a receiver. This is what this person does. This is what that person does. And me and my dad played Madden 99 a lot. He beat me every single time. I'd never beat my dad in Madden 99 ever. Didn't happen. I remember at this time, my barber at the time, huge Broncos fan, and I remember watching a lot of games with him. Still a Steelers fan at this time, but I remember liking the Broncos mainly because of Shannon Sharp, and Ed McCaffrey was probably my favorite receiver ever at this point. I don't know why, but he just was. So I used the Broncos a lot in this game, and I also used the Falcons a lot. They had Jamal Anderson, who was probably one of my favorite running backs in '99, aside from Jerome Bettis, obviously. But I also used the Cowboys heavily in this. I mean, obviously the three best teams in the game, and the Vikings. But I thought this was like the pinnacle of football. I'm thinking like this looks exactly like what football is, you know. Um, this is this. I didn't think anything could get better than this. And playing with my dad, I just, oh man, I was like, I want to get better and beat my dad at this game. I don't know how. And yeah, I mean, this helped me understand football in general.
Touchdown Broncos. What a throw.
From here on, I mean, anything Madden I love. Madden 2001 was the first Madden I got on PS2, and I remember playing the crap out of that and trying to host parties. Madden 2003 was a Madden that I actually took very seriously, and I think I got pretty decent at it. You know, there was a lot that you could do with Madden 2003. 2008, me and my buddy Warren would play this almost every day, and he'd beat me all the time. That's when I figured out I wasn't as good as I thought. And then, you know, Madden 25, I definitely started looking more into like, oh, what plays work better with this, you know. I started looking more into schemes instead of just like, oh, I know what this play does and I know what that play does. But it's just crazy to me how this one dude shaped a lot of people's lives, and it's to the point now where I'll look online, and I've told you guys this before, I may have tweeted it out, I don't know, but I'll spend 6 hours on YouTube looking up Mike Leach, and you know, I'll be watching Coach Mackey as well, and just writing stuff down in notebooks as to what plays do what and what plays are best with what, and yada yada yada, strictly because of Madden. Pat Summerall also definitely helped. Loved listening to Pat Summerall talk, and I actually watched the documentary on Pat Summerall, which was dope as well. But John Madden, I think his enthusiasm for football, the fact that he went out there and just did work with the Raiders, you know, the epic battles the Raiders had with the Steelers had a huge impact on my life. So this is a little tribute to John Madden and the work he's done. So great career, great life, and got to thank the man for basically giving me a huge interest in life and something me and my dad always talk about.